like you don't want to touch it. And this is also thanks to technology. Having said so, what about CAD/CAM technology? Now, I believe that CAD/CAM technology is very important for us when dealing with complex cases, like this one you see in the back. This is Alina, and she had a lot of work to be done. As you can see, she has implants, natural teeth. Then the request is for abutments, maybe aesthetic abutments. Then we have to make single crowns. We have to make bridges. We need predictability. And CAD/CAM machine can give you predictability. I do not have time to show you the whole case. I will just show you part of it. I will just show you what I did to fix the posterior maxilla, the 2 aesthetic bridges over 5 personalized implant abutments. This was the request. Now, from the provisional, I knew already what we needed. As usual, you know, the teeth are always too big, so you have to make it thinner. Now, what's good about CAD/CAM? First, I could make my abutments parallel. This is already a good thing. But not just parallels, because the mathematics tell me that they are perfectly parallel, so I will not have problem with the bridge. But also the software tells me how much space I have for the bridge. So I can design my abutments in respect of the space for the bridge. And at the same time, on the same work, the CAD/CAM allow me to make the bridges. And again, what is very important and predictable, it's that what I see on a software, I will see it on a model. This is the right side, this is the left side, and what you see on the model, then you see it on the patient mouth. So what I think is very great about CAD/CAM are these things here. You can design, you can evaluate, you can modify your project. And if anything happens, because sometimes things fall on the ground and breaks, you can duplicate it. This is the most important thing about CAD/CAM. It's not just a project in your head, but you can finally put it on a file, and therefore you can see it. Then, speaking about zirconia, today we have better zirconias. They'll never be, probably, I don't know, as translucent as glass ceramic, but the quality of the material is getting better and better. Also, we have material that is already infiltrated, so it's already close to the color of the dentin. Evoclar is having now this pure light and medium. The light is white, the pure is medium, the pure is white. The light is good for A1, A2 light colors, and the medium is good for everything else. It has a great color. And having this kind of translucence and this kind of color, we can easily do monolithic crowns. I have here another quick example. The software today allows us to have a very nice anatomy, sometimes even better than the one that we can make. And what is great about it is that what you see on the software, you will be able to see it on zirconia. So we have a nice anatomy, and of course will need to be stained a little bit. And if you have the machine in-house, you can also infiltrate the zirconia, and so to have a better natural look. These are not the best pictures, because unfortunately the flash did not want to work that day. But so one is overexposed, the other one is underexposed, but they are transparent. You see what you see, and it's very pretty good material because it's very hard to see it in the mouth of the patient. So aesthetically speaking, it's good. What you cannot pretend from the milling machine, of course, is to have a perfect sulcus, because the burrs cannot get into it. But again, if you have the machine in-house, you have the so-called green piece in your hand, and you can easily carve it yourself and make it very nice. What instead you can pretend from the machine is the occlusion. Into the software, you have an articulator, which will fix either the static and also dynamic occlusion. And if the dentist give us the right bite, and if we put in the machine the right information, correct information, the dentist will not have to touch the work during the luting time. Now, another very nice thing that I really like and really very happy about it is the custom-made anatomic abutments. Now, what's so good about this? Again, with the technology, I can design it, and therefore, I can produce it. Sorry for the implant companies, but we can make abutments and we can make it better than they do. We have many solutions. Again, if you have the machine in-house, it's even better because you can modify it by hand and you can stain it. Also, you can infiltrate these abutments. This one I have infiltrated and made a pink where they were close to the gingiva, and I made a more dentin color on the other side where you put the crown. And again, in combination with all ceramic material, we can make very nice looking work, even in this so-called not aesthetic areas. And this is how they look in the mouth. When I talk about hybrid abutments, I mean the ones that are made with a titanium base and then on top of it either lithium disilicate or zirconium. We saw it before. What is nice about the CAD/CAM is that we can do it in two ways. I can wax it, if you like to wax, so I can make the shape of the abutment the way I like it on the model, and then I can scan it. That way I will have to scan the T-base, the titanium base, then I will scan my wax up, and that's what I get. And what you get is a very nice work, and they will fit in the mouth in a perfect way. This is very great stuff. Or we can use scan abutment. With the scan abutment, the machine mathematically have the shape of the titanium base. So of course, it is even more precise, especially when you have to mill and scan the top of it, it will become perfect, 100% perfect. Now, I'd like to show you another, how I use this solution through another very complex case. But again, because of the time, I will just concentrate on this area. I think it's called the fourth side, lower right side. This patient had this, I don't know, 1970s style work. How do you call this? Partial denture, I don't know in Italian, I think they call it a flag or a crab. Anyway, it's something that, is semi-attached to the fixed prosthetic work. And the dentist removed it and put 3 implants. Very nice job, but as you can see, that those 2 lower implants are very inclined. And the provisional, which was a screw retained provisional, gave us already some indication. because the patient was bothering by this provision that is too thick, so with the tongue we could feel it too much, and also because she lost so much bone, so the implant was very low, she could not find, she was not happy with it. So the request from the dentist was, please make me a bridge that is as thin as possible on that area. So the fact is that I have to make first the abutments and then the bridge, and everything has to work and have to last as long as we can. And here, that's where the scan abutment helps, because into the computer I see my project, my work, and you can see that I can plan the abutments inside the shell of the supposed to be bridge, and I can change the inclination. Once again, to make the long story short, this is what I did. I pushed the abutment as forward as possible or lateral as possible in order to have enough to have enough space for the zirconia to be strong, but at the same time to have a thin bridge so the tongue will not, bother there. And this is what I did. Of course, in this case, the angulation was so strong that it was not wise to make a zirconia abutment, and so we made it in titanium. You can see it better here. The holes are too low to glue zirconia on top of it, and also here you can see them. But at the end of the day, once again, your project, it's inside a file, so you can look at it, change it, discuss with the dentist, and then go on. And this is the final result, an X-ray before and after. And this is the before and after. The after is not this one, okay? I'm not yet there. That's Lara, the dentist, in a distracted position, And again, of course, you don't see the bridge in the pictures because what you see are the frontal teeth. And these teeth have been changed with some veneers, again, press on veneers. And this is the before and after. Last but not least, hybrid screw retain crowns. Today, many dentists request this kind of work. Of course, portional fracture, you can remove it. Hygienic maintenance, or if you have to do dentistry on adjacent teeth, no cementation. There are many reasons why you want to have this kind of work. And it's also aesthetic. Also, sometimes you need to do something like this because the implant is not maybe in the perfect position. So if you have the possibility to project something, to design something that it will make the emergency profile better, it's nicer. And again, with the CAD/CAM, you can do this. So I like to stay on these words, design, evaluation, modifying, and duplicate. That's what you can do with the CAD/CAM. It's not just in your mind. Most of us, we have our design in here, and then we lose it sometimes. But with the CAD/CAM, you can be steady. You can have predictability. And you can see it here that you have, a correct emergence profile. How much time do I have? Ooh, so much time. They terrify you, They say, you're gonna die or something if you go. So I was really scared. Me too, as a technician, I have my opinion about full zirconia abutments and hybrid abutments. I like the hybrid abutments because the full zirconia ones, they crack. And I have no scientific background, but I have my job every day. And I saw so many full zirconia abutment cracking, so for me, that deadline, okay. So I like the hybrid ones, very strong. Also, I like to say this, because hybrid abutments, you need to have this titanium base. And many implant companies, they do not provide you with this titanium base. So the dentist is always scared, you know, what are you gonna get? Something replica, something fake from wherever, you know, from China, from Brazil? No. Well, I found a good company that is close to my home. They have, they are certified, so they're CEE. So if anything happens, it's their fault, they'll pay. And they have this hybrid abutments with this titanium nitride on top of it, which make them stronger and more precise. But most of it, this titanium nitride is gold color. And so to have the gold color on top of your titanium, it helps a lot because we are working with translucent material. So a translucent material on top of a gold color, it makes it much, much better. In Italy, we do this, you know, in a good way. Conclusion. The ideal combination for great aesthetic success. I still believe that in order to do a great work, you need a competent dentist, competent clinician, the kind that knows what he's doing, okay? So he knows where he's going. Also, you need a qualified technician, okay? The kind that know how to do things. And of course, it is very nice when you can use all ceramic material because they make your life easier. And the CAD/CAM also can make your life easier, but I like to remind you something that unfortunately spread in a different way. CAD/CAM is not something to make lousy and cheap teeth. CAD/CAM is very good to make your teeth better. So that's how you have to see it, because with CAD/CAM, remember, you can design it and you can have it. You can see it. The dentist can see it. You can evaluate it. You can modify, and on top of it, you can reduplicate your work. If it falls down and breaks, you can have it back again.